Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're talking about more segment proofs. And in a previous video, I mentioned that I give you a couple of tips that will help for proofs. I remember going through geometry at your age and not understanding how to do proofs at all. So I want to give you the tips that I think will really help. In a previous video, I mentioned using definitions, especially when you see the word midpoint. And definition of congruence. So if something is congruent, then they're equal to each other. That really helps. And then asking yourself, especially when we're doing segment proofs, would segment addition postulate help? That's another good way to ask yourself to get you like 50% of the way there. So let's take a look at this first proof that we have here. Given that AB is congruent to CD, so that means AB is congruent to CD, prove that AC, all right, I'm going to draw a little thing. We're going to prove that AC is congruent to BD. All right. So the very first thing you want to do are your givens, right? We're just going to straight away write that down. All right, AB is congruent to CD. Now, I don't see any definitions as far as midpoint goes, but we've got some congruence there. So maybe it would help us to, instead of congruence, writing it as an equals, AB equals CD. And remember, all that is just the definition of congruence. But why we do that is now that once we have it like this, we can manipulate it and mix things up as we need to. Okay, so let's take a look at our next one here. And this is where I was suggesting that would segment addition postulate help? And if you look, we have AC plus CD. So that's this AC plus CD equals AD. We also have AB plus BD equals AD. Both of those are segment addition postulates. Segment addition postulates. Okay, so now that we've thrown that out there, we've got some really good information here. What we do know is AB is the same as CD. AB is the same as CD. So what can we do with this information? Well, let's see. We've got CD plus BD equals AD. You'll notice that from here to here, you'll see the AB and the CD switched, right? So we went from AB to CD. What we did here is just substitution. We took it because we already said that these guys are equal, so we're allowed to just substitute it in. So we use substitution. So after you've done your substitute, I can't do two things at once, I'm sorry. After you've done your addition, segment addition postulate, what you want to do is see if substitution will work. So do your segment addition postulate and then say, can I write a mathematical sentence by substituting something in? And if you can, give that a shot and see if that helps. Okay, so we've got CD plus BD equals AD. We also have CD plus AC equals AD. So if you take a look, we have all this stuff right here. AC plus CD equals AD, and this equals AD. So what we've done here is we've cut out this middleman and we've said, okay, AC plus CD equals CD plus BD. And that is the transitive property. Now, don't get that confused with substitution. If you're cutting out that middleman, you want to do transitive property. Transitive property. Again, I have to spell one thing at a time, guys. So that transitive property will allow you to cut out that middleman, right? Okay, so looking at this guy. So after we've done our substitution, after we've done our segment addition postulate and then our substitution, and written a new sentence, now looking at this guy, it looks like we can get rid of that CD on both sides by subtracting CD from both sides. If we subtract CD, it goes away and we're left with AC equals BD. All that we did there was subtraction. Subtraction, property of equality, right? So at this point, let's go back and look. Okay, we're trying to prove that AC is congruent to BD. Well, right here we have AC equals BD. So all we have to do is write AC is congruent to BD because of the very definition of congruence. The definition of congruence. Okay, let's do another one together using some of those tips that we talked about. All right, if you need to, pause the video, copy these down. So given that AB is congruent to CD, all right, so AB is congruent to CD. Oh, I did a terrible job of drawing that. If they're congruent, it's not to scale. BD is congruent to DE. So this guy is congruent to this guy right there. Okay, so we are given that information. Remember, the very first thing you should do is just write down your givens. It's 3 points, right? You got one thing, and it gets you off to a start. Okay, so now that we have this, we could look and see if we have any definitions, things like midpoint and congruence. So let's take a peek, and you'll see exactly that. All we did was go from congruence to equals. So from congruence to equals, so that way we can use segment addition postulate. You can't use segment addition postulate when you are saying that these things are congruent. You have to say that they are equal. Okay, so we did definition of congruence to say that those things were all equal to each other. Now a good point here would be, would segment addition postulate be a helpful thing to write? Let's try it. AB plus BD equals AD, that whole thing. Absolutely. So we can say segment addition postulate. So ask yourself, hey, would segment addition postulate work? Let's do it also for the other side here. CD plus DE equals AD. Oh wait, no, for this guy right here, you'll see that because AB equals CD. So backing up, after you've done your segment addition postulate, ask yourself, hey, can I substitute some things in here? So we already know that AB equals CD, right? So we come here and we say, all right, we're going to replace AB with CD. We also know that BD equals DE. So we're going to replace that and for both of those. So that's just substitution. Substitution. Okay, so now this we're given another hint here. We're told, hey, maybe try doing segment addition postulate again. Well, we did AB plus BD equals AD. Let's go the other way. CD plus DE equals CE. So CD plus DE equals CE. All right, that's our segment addition postulate. Usually I do all my segment addition postulates at once, and then I go and I see if I can substitute things in to make new sentences. But in this case, we did the substitution before we did the second segment addition postulate. And you can already see that AD equals CE because CD plus DE, CD plus DE. Therefore, AD equals CE because of the transitive property. Remember, it's very easy to get transitive and substitution mixed up, but if you can lob off your middleman and say, okay, AD equals CE because they equal the same thing over here, then that's the transitive property. All right, we have AD equals CE. So we've done our segment addition postulate, we've done our substitution, and we've written some new sentences. Now let's just go back and look at what we're supposed to be proving. We're supposed to be proving AD is congruent to CE. Well, we are like 95% of the way there. We have AD equals CE. So the final step here is just to say, hey, AD, segment AD is congruent to segment CE because of the very definition of congruence. So hopefully these tips help you for writing your segment proofs. If you have any questions, let your teacher know. Otherwise, great work, and we'll see you next time.